I guarantee that you're currently doing SEO wrong. After spending well over 16,000 hours in the trenches doing SEO and managing the SEO for multiple award-winning marketing agencies, I've identified the single biggest mistake that's costing businesses thousands in revenue every month. And I'm willing to bet that the SEO you've hired doesn't know that they're making this mistake. And if you watch till the very end of this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can get results like my client here. I want you to imagine you're a board game company and you're selling dice towers, and your goal is to rank for the search term dice towers in Google. So you follow the advice everyone gives you. If you want to rank on Google, the answers are on the first page. Guess what? This is a complete load of bullshit. You're stuck in the search results because of this advice, and I'll show you why. So let's take a look at the search results for dice towers. So let's just pull up the first ranking result. Okay, we've got the title, we've got the product titles as well, and then we've got a little description. What on earth can we take away from this? So let's look at the second search result. It's Etsy. And again, we've got the images, we've got the titles and some reviews and a couple of questions that are being answered right here. Not much to go on. Then we've got a Reddit, then we've got this result here, and we've got a little description, standard products, and that's about it. So how on earth are the answers on the first page of Google when there's hardly any information there? This is why you're stuck. And SEOs will tell you to boot up a tool like Surfer or Fraise. They'll tell you to plop your target keyword in right here and then take a look at the common keywords right here and basically try to insert them into your content. And this only goes so far. And the really big problem here is you won't be scoring any information gain points. Information gain in SEO refers to the concept of adding new valuable insights to your content that competitors have not covered, effectively filling gaps in the search results. If there's one key concept I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Google is not looking for more content, it's looking for new insights. I'll repeat that again. Google is not looking for more content, it's looking for new insights. They can easily make more content with AI, but new insights, that's something they can't create on their own. And Google even has its own patent on how it scores information gain. And this is a diagram from Google illustrating how it works. And if you want, you can just pause the video and give it a little read. But essentially what it does is it compares the other results to your results, seeing if there's new information. If not, then what's the point in testing your search result? What's the point in testing your page if it's just the same information regurgitated? They may as well just leave the other ones right there ranking where they are. And here's the crazy part. Before I discovered this Google patent or the term information gain, I was already doing this. In fact, if you look at my content from a while back, I was already preaching this, saying to people, forget these on-page tools, create new insightful content. So how do you know if you've got a good information gain score? Well, you're going to ask yourself one simple question. How easy is it to summarize this page into a few paragraphs? I want you to think about that for a moment here. So you've got that page. Can Google summarize that into a few paragraphs? And if Google can compress your page into a simple summary, you haven't done enough. You need to ask yourself, is my page difficult to compress without losing value? Because if Google can quickly compress that information, no problem, without losing what's in there, you haven't done enough. And you need to think of Google as a librarian. And they've got millions and millions and billions of books in their library. But they've got very limited shelf space. And Google's AI, it basically asks itself, does this book, i.e. your page, contain information we don't already have? And then it does that comparison as I've shown you with their information gain patent. And if you're struggling to figure out how do I prevent Google from so easily summarizing my page, well, you need to ask yourself, does it have unique data points? Have you done original research? Are there unique perspectives involved in your page? And you need to understand that the skyscraper technique is dead. So looking at the top search results and combining all of that information into one page and adding a little bit more content in there is not enough to rank on Google. Publishing new information is what's going to catapult you to the first page. So how do you gather new insights? Well, thankfully you don't need to go out and poll people, and you don't need your own audience, although that can really help. So what you're going to do is use platforms where your ideal customers already hang out. So that could be in different Reddit threads, Facebook groups, looking at the YouTube comments, checking out Quora, school communities, niche forums, reviews, and the list goes on. So let's use Facebook groups as an example. So what I did was join some board game Facebook groups, and people who decide to join these Facebook groups in your niche, they have a passion about these subjects, and it's a fantastic way to get hobbyist and specialist opinions. And literally all I did was post in these Facebook groups. I've been seeing these dice towers popping up a lot. Why would you use one of these other than they look cool? I got 163 comments just from this particular post and 79 likes and counting. So this guy put, I had one and it made too much noise and I returned it. Someone put, build one yourself. Someone put, or use one of these. That's an objection, right? Why would they buy one where they can use like a plate? And I've got lots of different insights. Someone put bloody noisy. I thought that was such a great insight. I never thought of that. And granddaughter uses it to play dice alongside us. The key takeaways were, people mentioned it's too noisy. You can use a bowl instead. It's used when playing sitting on the floor. It stops players from cheating. Some dices may easily fall on the ground. It stops pieces from getting knocked over. And this is the very tip of the iceberg. And guess what? None of these are mentioning these objections and new insights. So if you have a dice tower page, guess what? You could comfortably come over here and just knock them out by adding these new perspectives. And Facebook groups, that's just one piece. You can use Reddit, you can use the YouTube comments. And if you come over to my channel and you check out this video right here, I cover the Facebook groups method, I cover Reddit, I believe I cover reviews in there as well. So if you click on the video, you can see me going over the Facebook group method. You can see me go over the Reddit method. You can see me go over the YouTube reviews method, as well as the Amazon reviews method. So I'd highly recommend you checking out this video. And here's what you're doing. First of all, you're starting your SEO project. You then identify a keyword. Then you review the top ranking content. Then you map the common information across results. So what are the common themes and topics and objections that they answer on their page? And once you know what the competitors are doing, then you're going to do an information gap analysis. So what questions remain unanswered? What perspectives are missing? What data points are absent? What audience segments are ignored? And then we're going to do the information mining, where we're going into the Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and all those other platforms and pulling out the unique insights. And then we're going to organize and prioritize the new information, then create the content, and then monitor the rankings. And this right here is how you dominate in the coming years. This is SEO today. And I've also gone ahead and created my own information gain tool. So all you do is paste in your competitor URLs. So for example, this competitor here, so let's just say you're trying to rank for Dice Tower, and you would paste in the results right here, paste in the URLs, and I'll add more fields so you can add more competitors, and it'll give you the common information across all sources, and then it'll identify the unique information they've got on their page, as well as the missing perspectives. So it doesn't mention anything about materials, usage scenarios. So for example, none of them mention in educational institutes like schools. So schools may want to use them. So unanswered stuff that visitors may have. So customization options, product comparison. So potential buyers might want to know the difference between the designs and materials compared to other designs and materials. So one made from wood, one made from plastic. So the plastic one may rattle more, as mentioned by someone in the Facebook groups that I showed you, where they mention it's too noisy. And if you want to rank one, don't copy, innovate, find what's missing and fill in the gaps. And if you want to increase your online sales and drive consistent Google traffic, make sure to check the link in the description below. It's going to take you to this page. I'd recommend checking out this 2-minute video. And I think we had clients ask us to pause because they can't handle the demand. And you can check out some of my client results. And here's the thing, you can watch these YouTube videos, which are great, and you can piece together the advice and hope for results, or you can just spend an hour with me and I'll drop lots of knowledge nukes and blow your mind. I'll see you in the next video.